Okay, all right. So if you're still here with me, we need to talk about yesterday's video. It's not often that I totally miss. There's times when people disagree, and then I dig my feet in the sand, and I'm like, they may disagree, but I'm right. But yesterday's video, there was a few problems on my end. First of all, was the title, "The Final Year of Phish." I could see that being a bit alarming, but I have trouble titling videos like that. And my original thought for a title was, "What will the final year of Phish look like?" Now, that is a very long title, so I just kind of shortened it up a little bit. So that's my defense for the title, while also admitting that was probably not a great title. I could see why that would be a little alarming. Some people were alarmed. The emotions ran from anger to confusion. And one question I got several times is that this is a fair question is why is this even a topic? Now, look, that is a fair question, I'll say. But at the same time, it is certainly a topic that I would discuss with my Phish friends. And a lot of times almost all the time, that's what this channel is. Like, nothing I ever do is scripted. I very rarely, even in that video, I was like, we're going to talk this out before this video is over. So it was very much just like my thought was, what would the final tour look like? Would they do a fest again? I really thought it was going to be a good, interesting video. I did not expect people to take it the way they took it. Now, it was also coupled with a friend of mine sent me a link this morning to a Reddit topic that was like a photoshopped fake picture saying spring tour was canceled. One had nothing to do with the other. I was not like trying to play some kind of prank or anything. He thought, in fact, that my video had something to do with that. He was like, "Is this you?" And I'm like, "No, dude, I'm not going around like pranking Phish fans. It's not my thing." Like I said, I actually thought that'd be a cool video and I'd get some good responses and some good thoughts. Now, there were a few people that tried to answer the question as far as will they end it with a festival, considering the trouble in the past. And then there was definitely some people that commented on the video without watching the whole video, which, look, I understand if you don't want to sit through the whole video, I get it. But you do kind of give up your right to leave a disagreeing comment. Like, look, if you want to watch 30 seconds and say I'm awesome, go for it. But if you're going to just like sort of, give a big nay to the whole video, then you should probably watch it all. Because I certainly at one point was like, they're still going very strong. I don't know why I keep trying to retire them. So let's get to that. Let's just get to the crux of the biscuit. That is all. That is where we disagree. And I think what I think, and you guys think what you think, and it's fine. I think they will retire still on top of their game. Maybe not on the very top of their game. You could argue they're, you know, the mid 90s, 1997 or something could have been the top of their game. If you want to make that argument, sure. But they're still going very strong. They're still writing great songs. They're still putting on great shows. They're nowhere near the end, you would think. But I do expect them to walk. Now, Trey is a different animal. Trey probably will be a Gordon Lightfoot type that will, be 80 something years old and still out there on stage with a stool and an acoustic guitar playing during lockdowns or something like old Gordon Lightfoot did. So I could totally see that. But the comparisons to like Rush or the Rolling Stones, I don't know if that's an equal comparison because those bands, I don't like. The Stones are still out there and still playing at 80 years old or whatever they are now, but they're a different animal. And when was the last time they wrote a good song or even had an album that was worth like that Bridges to Babylon in like 1995 or something, and that wasn't even good. So that's a whole different animal. They're still out there doing the Rolling Stones thing because there's probably $1 billion to be made. I don't know if we're ever going to be in a situation where there's $1 billion to be made with Phish touring. And I just think they respect themselves and the band and the music too much to keep going too long. They don't want to end up like Aaron Rodgers. Trey's a Jets fan. He sees what's going on this year with old A-Rod. He doesn't want to do that. He's more John Elway or Barry Sanders or Calvin Johnson or even, did Nick Mangold retire early? I'm not sure about that. Some guy that went to Alter High School retired pretty quickly from the NFL. I don't think it was Trey's guy, Nick Mangold, though. So my opinion is they will retire when it appears they still have some gas in the tank. And again, because I think they just respect, like they said years ago, we don't want to become caricatures of ourselves. They said, I did 25, 30 different Google searches, the same Google search in a different version, trying to find who said, I think they only have a few years left. At this point, I'm like, maybe I just made that up. Thought it was like on Sirius XM or in a Rolling Stone article or something they did leading up to or post New Year's Eve last year, going into last summer. I don't remember. It wasn't this summer's like Evolve promo, but at one point, one of them, Mike or Trey, said we only have a few years left. And then that definitely like kind of worked with what I thought, that they'll stop while they still have some fuel in the tank. All right, so I'm going on a little bit too long here already. That's also the problem. I start to lose people after a couple of minutes. So the style of all my videos that are like this, when I'm doing the recaps, I'm doing the recap. Well, even then, really, it's almost just like, hey, I'm sitting like you're a friend sitting across from me and we're talking about Phish. I do all the talking in this case, though. I thought what will the final tour look like was a pretty good topic, really. And then someone did, one person, at least one person was like, well, that's interesting. You're right. What you say about a festival is true, but I just can't imagine them not ending with a festival. And I can't disagree with that, but at the same time, are they really going to risk it again? They can't have the last show being a failure or just some kind of nightmare. So that was really, I thank you for the guy and those of you who did sort of answer the questions I had. And, yeah, I guess that's it. Maybe I'll change the title now. What would the final year of Phish look like? It's a little wordy, if you ask me. And it was not clickbait. Somebody accused me of clickbait. How dare you? I never do that. If it was clickbait, I would have been like, Phish is done. I don't know. I used the word fictional in the first like 20 seconds of the video. Nobody does Phish fan fiction. I'm the guy. All right, I'm out of here. And if you're wondering why was it even a topic, I don't know. It's a slow news day in the Phish world. They will retire with a lot of fuel in the tank, or some. All right, I'm just babbling now. We're out of here. Boom. Thank you. Sorry for any confusion. Sorry if I ruined your day. I had nothing to do with the fake PT stuff. I'm not a PTer. Richard Nixon over here. I'm not a PTer.